Welcome to another day of making Afro hair care easier. Now, this is a stage that I'm starting my hair in. I just took down my protective hairstyle and put it in a bun like this until the day that I have enough time to properly detangle my hair, because if I just go with the comb right there and then, it's going to pain a lot, and you can actually see by how my hair is looking like, it's going to be very hard to detangle if you don't actually know how to. Now, just like that, we're going to go straight into it. Now, I'm going to start by spraying my hair with water so that it's so much easier to work with. Now, the middle part, I've not hydrated it yet, and this is me showing you how it looks like when I'm going with the comb to test and try to detangle with it. It's not going to work like that. It's going to be painful, and also at the same time, it's going to break a lot of your hair. So hydration is a need. You definitely need to hydrate your hair before you touch it, work with it, or however, because it's Afro hair, and when it's wet or damp like that, it's so much easier to work with. And just like that, this is what I call finger detangling. While my hair is wet, just like that, you're going to go with your hands and be pulling it. This way, you're loosening the knots. When you're now going to go with the comb, it's going to be a lot more easier to work with your hair like that. Just like that, just do this before you start sectioning or anything else. It's going to make things a lot more easier. And just like that, that is the total amount of shedding that came out while I was doing that with my hands. Now, after the finger detangling, I'm going to section my hair, and you can actually see how easy it is for me to section my hair like this. This is so that now I can now detangle my hair with the comb, just like that. If I did not finger detangle and I just went straight to sectioning, my hair was going to create knots a whole lot, because I'm separating, and I'm separating hair that is very much matted, knotted, and a lot of that. Now, working with each and every smaller section like this, I'm going to hydrate again. If you feel like your hair is getting dry, keep in mind, always keep your hair hydrated while you work with it. Just like that, I'm going to separate the hair again, working into smaller sections. This way is going to help detangling be a lot more easier, and also at the same time, we're trying to reduce knots as much as possible. So if you can go smaller with the sections like this, even better. Now, I'm going to be using aloe vera water in my hair like this to add more to the hydration, but for tangled hair like this, I always advise that you use flexi gel or aloe vera gel to give your hair that slip. That way is going to help to minimize the breakage, and also at the same time, the shedding is not going to be as much. So the aloe vera water that I'm using is just the normal aloe vera gel, but I let it sit and also in a lot of water, so it got a little bit more watery. So that is why I'm using it like this anyway. And the reason why I twist every section after working with it or after detangling it like this is just so that the hair does not shrink back. So just like that, moving on to the next section, when I go with a wide tooth comb, I always detangle from the tips to the roots, always. This way it's going to minimize the tangles and the knots. Remember, we are detangling, so if you just take a comb and then you just start from the root and then you comb it out, it's going to create a lot of knots, and now your hair is going to break a whole lot. So that means from how your hair was tangled before, you are adding onto that, but you think you're detangling, but actually you're creating a lot more problems for you and your hair. And that way frustration is going to kick in, and you're going to think that handling 4C hair is hard. So follow these steps. Make sure that your hair is wet. If possible, add something that is slip. Just make sure that whatever you use to detangle your hair is not oil or butter, because that one is going to cause a lot of buildup, and now when you start shampooing your hair, it's going to be another story. It's like you solve the problem of detangling, but now your scalp is going to be dirty even though you just shampooed it. So using a product that is water-based like flexi gel, aloe vera gel, the best way to go about it, because it's going to be so much easier for you to now wash it out, just like that. And now, this is one of the most important things to keep in mind when it comes to hair care. Nothing will make much of a difference like the effort you actually put in hair care. And it all starts with looking at the type of combs that you use in your 4C hair. You know that your hair is very much coiled, like mine. It's just like this. You can't be using a retail comb or the thin Afro combs to detangle your hair. So you're definitely going to need a wide tooth comb comb like the one that I'm using to make things a lot more easier, because at the end of the day, you need to make sure that when you're working with your hair, it's pain-free as possible. You can't be loving your hair and also at the same time it's giving you pain. So we're trying to work in ways that is going to be pain-free and also at the same time it's going to be a lot more easy. Once you put these things into practice, you're going to see how easy it is to actually take care of 4C hair, and you're going to fall in love with your hair routines just like that. Wash days are also not going to be exhausting. So now, going back to why I put my hair into twists to avoid it shrinking back. Now, imagine you're going to detangle your hair like this. Our hair is coiled, right? So after you detangle your hair, if you don't put it into twists like this, when it shrinks back, it's going to coil back down. And while it's doing that, it's going to tangle with each other again. So it's going to be like you detangled your hair, but after you let that section go, it's just going to tangle right back. So it's going to be like you detangled your hair, but it's more like your hair is still tangled again. So those are the things that we're trying to avoid. Just like that, keep your hair hydrated throughout, and always keep in mind that when your hair gets dry while you're detangling your hair, keep on hydrating your hair. Spray your hair with water. It can never be enough. If you feel like your hair is getting a little bit more dry, it's okay to spray a whole lot of water into your hair. And if you take proper care of your hair and your ends, you're not going to find a reason to trim your hair. Just like that, in this afro, I've never trimmed my hair because I've been taking good care of my ends. So you're not going to be needing to do that. Just like that, after all the detangling, this is the amount of hair that came out, all the shedding. So follow the steps of detangling just the way I showed you, and you're also definitely going to start to see a good difference in your hair breakage. Now, after all the detangling, the second step, now we're going to shampoo, and I'm going to take you through steps and steps on how to properly shampoo 4C hair. Now, we're going to start by shampooing into twists like this, so it should be a little bit easier for you when you're working in twists throughout your shampooing. So just like that, before I apply the shampoo, I'm going to wet my hair so that it lathers very fast, and also at the same time to save products, because when it lathers very fast, you're not going to be needing to now apply a lot of shampoo. And what I'm using to shampoo my hair is the African black soap shampoo, which means I just dissolve the original African black soap. Now I'm going to go with the scalp massager like this, and then now I'm going to focus first on my scalp just like that. I'm going to scrub on my scalp very well like this to get rid of all the excess dirt and buildup. So now I'm focusing on cleansing my scalp, and it's very much important that when you shampoo, you never skip focusing on your scalp, because that is where your hair growth begins. So it's very much important to take care of it. Just like that, I'm just going to shampoo my hair now to get rid of all the excess dirt. And just like that, after shampooing like this, I'm going to shampoo my hair again. So I'm going to rinse out my hair like this of all the dirt from the first shampooing. And then for this second shampooing, I like to remove my hair. I like to remove the twists like this, just so that I feel like the dirt is still trapped in between the twists. But if you're a beginner and you're still trying to figure this out, just keep your hair into twists throughout, just so that it doesn't get overwhelming and frustrating for you. Now, I'm going to go with the shampoo like this. You can actually see in a few drops it lathers perfectly fine. Now when you shampoo your hair, do not shampoo your hair like this. You're causing a lot of tangles. Make sure that when you shampoo your hair, you're just going to be stretching it nicely like this, and that way the knots are not going to create. You're going to keep your hair in a good manageable state while you're shampooing your hair. So if you feel like this is a little bit too much, also keep your hair into twists while doing the second shampooing. This is just so that I feel like there's still a little bit more dirt trapped in between my hair. So this second shampooing, while I take down my hair like this, make things a lot more easier for me. So just like that, I'm just going to get all the excess foam in there, and then I'm going to now properly rinse my hair. So if you feel like when you're touching your hair there's still a little bit of foam in there, make sure that you rinse out your hair very well. And now you can actually see that when my hair is very much wet, it's just going to start shrinking back. So if you have afro hair, you have to love your shrinkage. You have to find a way to love it, and just like that, you and your hair, you're going to love each other so much. So just like that, I'm just going to wipe my hair with the shirt, because it's a lot more gentle compared to a towel. It does not not rip off my hair. So just like that, a shirt rinses out my hair very well. And now the following step is a deep conditioning process. Now I'm just going to get a deep conditioner, mix it with moringa powder, and just like that, I have my deep conditioning mask throughout your wash day. Never skip this process. It's just going to help improve your hair elasticity, and it's going to make handling 4C hair a lot more easier. And also it's going to introduce a little bit of moisture in your hair. So when now you're going to moisturize your hair, you're just going to see that the moisture is just going to slip through your hair very nice, just like that. So now to apply it, I'm going to be applying it into sections like this, just so that it gets to every part of my hair. I'm not going to apply the deep conditioner to my hair at once, because if I do that, it's not going to get to the middle sections. So just like that, going to each and every section, I'm just going to apply the treatment like this, focusing on the outside of the section just like this, while stretching out my hair nicely. This is to ensure that my hair does not tangle again, and also at the same time you can actually see the insides. It does not get enough of the product, so it's very much important that you actually also open the sections and make sure that treatment gets in there. That treatment gets in there and needs to work on all of your hair, and not just the other parts of your hair, and the other parts doesn't get properly conditioned. So if you can work smaller with the sections, again, perfect way to go about it. Just like that, I'm just going to apply this treatment. And the reason why I love moringa powder in my deep conditioner is so that it helps so much when it comes to hair strengthening. Remember, the ends of your hair are the weakest, so when you use the herbs that are going to help to improve your hair health and all of that, and your hair strength, it's definitely a good way to go about it. But also keep in mind that when it comes to a deep conditioner, it can be good, but if you leave it in your hair for more than an hour, more often, it's going to over soften your hair, and then when your hair is way too soft, it's going to break a lot more easier, and that is something that we do not want. So you need to keep it for at least maybe 20 to 30 minutes in your hair, allow it to work, and just like that, you're just going to rinse it out and your hair is going to be just fine. When it comes to a deep conditioner, never sleep with it in your hair, because it's just going to continue softening your hair. So you need it to be able to help to keep your hair in a good manageable state, but always remember to rinse it out after about 20 minutes. The maximum you can actually go with the deep conditioner in your hair. Do not go over 45 minutes with the conditioner in your hair, just like that. Now I'm going to rinse it out just like this, and when you're rinsing out a deep conditioner, make sure that you no longer feel a little bit of foamy while you're working with it. That is to tell you that the deep conditioner is now out. Make sure that you rinse it out very well and you no longer feel it in your hair. And just like that, you can actually see how smooth my hair is. You can actually see all the curls and coils just like that. That is to show you that my hair is very healthy and the conditioner did do its work. You can actually see how bouncy and elastic my hair is. And I still repeat, you definitely have to love your shrinkage, because this is what's going to happen throughout your wash day. And now, if you're moisturizing your hair like this, you need to stop, because after you're done moisturizing your hair like this, the insides of your hair is not going to be properly moisturized, no matter how much moisture you're going to apply. Even though you apply a lot of moisturizer in your hair, it's just not going to work. So now, this is how to properly moisturize 4C hair. We're going to be working in sections like this, and we're going to be moisturizing into smaller sections just like this. This is going to ensure that the moisture is going to get to every part of your hair just nice. Now I'm going to follow with the butter like this onto damp hair, and then just like that, the hair is just going to accept the moisture very well, and the moisture is going to be retained in my hair for a couple of days. And just like that, I'm going to follow with the oil now to lock in the moisture. Now if you follow this step just the way that I'm showing you to moisturize your hair, you're going to find yourself only needing to moisturize your hair once on wash day, or maybe twice during the week, and just like that, your hair is in a good manageable state throughout. And always keep in mind to never moisturize your hair dry. If you moisturize your hair dry, it's just going to look in dryness, and your hair is going to thin out, and it's going to look horrible. So when you're working with 4C hair like this, remember that Afro loves water, so you always need to keep it moisturized while it's hydrated. Now when you're moisturizing your hair while it's wet like this, you can actually see how good it accepts in the moisture, how good it actually fits on the moisture just like that. And then now I'm just going to do the final detangling. This is just to keep my hair in a good manageable state. And now this means that when I'm going to be working with my hair again, I'm not going to be needing to detangle my hair. I only detangle my hair on my wash day. And the reason why I also put my hair into twists like this after moisturizing is just so that my hair doesn't shrink back, and also at the same time it's going to work as a temporary protective hairstyle. For example, if I don't have the strength to put my hair in a good protective hairstyle the next day or the other, I can just keep my hair into twists like this and my hair is just going to be protected just nice. But just like that, when you feel like you want to style your hair the next day, it's going to be a lot more easier. You just need to hydrate your hair, take down the twists, and just like that, it's ready to style in an afro puff. And again, keep in mind that while you're moisturizing your hair like this, your hair is still shrinking, or it's in a shrunken state just like that. So you need to properly stretch out your hair nicely so that when now you're going to follow with the hair butter and then you're going to apply it to your hair, it's just going to go evenly very nice with your hair just like that. And now what I use to moisturize my hair, I use shea butter. Although in my shea butter I infused it with a powder and castor oil and just like that. And in my hair growth oil, it's just castor oil, a little bit of olive oil, and then I also mix it with a powder. But then when it comes to my oil, I let it sit for about 2 weeks just like that before it's ready to use. So if you're still trying to figure this whole hair care thing out and you just want something that you can start with when it comes to moisturizing, just make sure that you have unrefined shea butter to moisturize your hair, and then you can just follow with castor oil just like that. They're good enough. But if you do, just find soon enough, I will share and show you how I actually make this product. And it'll also be good doing DIY product because you actually know what goes into the products that you're putting in your hair. And now this is another important thing to keep in mind when it comes to 4C hair care. Never have a lot of products in your hair. Never have different kinds of conditioners, different kinds of moisturizers. Stick to one, and that way you can actually see what is the problem that is actually affecting your hair growth. Because when you're mixing a lot of products, you're mixing a lot of brands, that is going to affect your hair growth and your hair health badly. So you don't need to complicate things. Just make sure that you go through the simple route when it comes to hair care. Simplify things. Just moisturize, detangle, all of that. Just go the simplest way you can ever think of, and do not overthink things. Don't be thinking, oh, I need to trim, oh, I need to follow this and that. Just go through the basic route when it comes to 4C hair care, and you'll also start to see the good improvement in your hair growth and your hair health. And just like that, hair care is going to be a lot more easier for you when you simplify things just like that. Now, after moisturizing my hair, I'm going to oil my scalp. Do not forget to moisturize your scalp. The moisture in your hair is not going to find its way down. Just like that, you moisturize your scalp easy and nice. And just like that, that's all about it, about my weekly routine. And you can actually see the final detangling. The comb doesn't even have much hair on it. That is the importance of following every step that I showed you. You will definitely start to see your hair breakage reduce greatly and your hair health is going to improve. So just like that, this is me taking you through ways to simplify your Afro hair care.